CH21 evil person, nasty bastard. Friday, well past 8 p.m. All matches of the first year second semester practical evaluation have come to an end. Students and staff poured out of the large dome stadium. As expected, this is the best class in the academy's history. Why are there so many talented students in the hero department? Well, isn't that good for us? I heard from our graduated seniors that there weren't many decent students in their class, so the competition for aides was fierce. I thought Neek would win easily, but I didn't expect Peel to put up such a fight. How did she lose with just 5 seconds left? It's such a shame. If she had held on for 5 more seconds, it would have been a draw. Ugh, I'm starving. Let's go eat something. The sandwiches sold at the stadium just don't fill me up. Alright, let's hurry. If we're even a bit late, there won't be any seats left. Max is definitely worth recruiting. I've never seen such defensive ability among first years. Yes, just attach one smart aid, and it should be enough, officer. Many people exchanged various stories. There were many close matches, and with the holidays starting tomorrow, most of them looked relaxed. Mina, walking among them, glanced at Irene, who was walking weakly beside her. She still seems down. The reason was easy to guess. Her victorious fiancé had disappeared without showing his face. But did she like her fiancé that much? I thought it was just a strategic marriage. She's always in the training hall, never mentioned her engagement to anyone, and I've never heard of them going on dates. The carriage is coming, she urged Irene on. Irene, let's hurry. If we miss it, we'll have to wait at least another 30 minutes. Okay. Clip-clop, clip-clop, clip-clop dash. Fortunately, the two of them boarded the 45-seater carriage parked at the hero department's main gate just in time. Since they were quick, they were able to find seats. The carriage to the academy's main gate will now depart. Clatter, clatter. The running carriage was filled with the noisy chatter of students. Mina tried to engage Irene, who was blankly staring out the window, in various conversations. Like the other students, she asked about today's practical evaluation and what they were going to eat for dinner. However, I'll skip dinner. I'm not feeling well. Irene just replied weakly. She felt her patience being tested but held back. Fine, she must have something she can't talk about. Maybe they had a big fight. Love is something the two parties should handle on their own. Suddenly, she had a doubt. But if her fiancé just disappeared without showing his face, shouldn't she be angry? She should be bad-mouthing him to others, saying he's the worst. But Irene's current appearance was that of a lovesick girl. She had doubts but didn't show it. Pointing out her doubts now would only lead to Irene's defensive mechanism. Well, with time, Irene will become honest with herself. Irene was different from her peers. She wasn't cunning and had a rather old-fashioned side. It's the impression I've had since we first entered the academy. She was like a pure country girl from a fairy tale. Maybe that's why I like Irene. She laughed cheerfully and said, "Alright, I guess I'll have dinner alone then." Ah, if there's anything you want to discuss, just let me know, Irene. Just talking to someone can be quite relieving. Besides, who knows? It might help you solve your problem. Thanks for the offer, but Mina, you're wrong. Irene looked out the window with a somber expression. Her worries were not something to be discussed with others. What was important now was her own heart. In her eyes, it was certain that Theo loved her. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been the first to speak to her on the school carriage. He wouldn't have said things like, "You're a really great teacher," or "Being with you was an excellent choice." Theo is a shy man. He must have been trying his best to express his feelings indirectly. In the end, as long as she forgave him, they could be together for a lifetime. He would want that too. So, she thought he would naturally approach her after the match. She would have welcomed him with a smile. However, he disappeared as soon as the match ended. He wasn't in the hero department or anywhere in the audience. Why did he do that? Couldn't he at least show his face after the match? Irene recalled Theo's performance during the match. On the field, he was the embodiment of the dashing hero she had always dreamed of. He offered a handshake of reconciliation to the opponent who had insulted him. He was perfect not only in skill but also in character. When he used the technique she had taught him to finish the match, a surge of pride welled up within her. He must have practiced day and night to be that good in actual combat. There was so much evidence that he loved her. If this wasn't love, then what was? Mina was indeed a smart friend, but she was mistaken this time. If he honestly confesses his past sins and seeks forgiveness, Irene might seriously consider spending the rest of her life with him. If they got married, they could practice swordsmanship together every day, just like this week. In the mornings, she could see his beautiful face as he slept peacefully, and she could even touch his lean body. What am I thinking? Irene's face turned red in an instant. Her head felt hot. Right. If he's a man, he'll say something on Monday. There was no need for her to make a move. All she had to do was wait for his confession. I wish Monday would come quickly. The weekend felt like it would last an eternity. Monday morning inside the carriage, she sat in the back seat as usual. But why do I feel so uneasy? There was a saying that push and pull was important when classmates were dating, but did he use that on her? I don't like that. A bitter feeling slipped out of her mouth. Evil jerk. Dormitory of the first hero department. A place where only the top 10 students in the years are allowed to enter. Even the second hero department dormitory, available for students ranked 11th to 50th, is incredibly luxurious compared to regular dormitories. But the top and the second cannot be compared. As befitting the hero department, which discriminates based on skill, it is an extremely spacious and luxurious place for individual students to use. Moreover, most of the third and fourth year students are away during the semester, so in the end, the total number of residents is around 20. Aisha's room, which occupies one area, is where 6 of the top first-year students excluding 4 absentees gathered to have a party. No, really, Max was too blatant. How could I break through that defense with a practice bow? Aisha burst into anger and chugged her lemonade. Yeah, it was too much from what I saw. Win or lose, a man should fight with dignity. Better to end in a draw than only attacking and getting knocked out in one hit, Ishilde. What? Say that again, Andrew. You, a so-called magician, got beaten up by an orc. How embarrassing to lose by a disqualification. If it were me, I would have definitely won, you moron. Ishilde, who lost to Jiangwei, and Andrew, who lost to Noctur Hermod, glared at each other and began to argue. Nick, with his good-natured smile, and Aisha intervened between the two. Guys, let's stop this. We've gathered here after such a long time, right? It's a good day, so let's not raise our voices and fight. Nick is right, don't fight, both of you. Alright, I got too excited. Anyway, watch your back during the practical lessons, you incompetent magician. You watch out too, eternal second place. Ishilde and Andrew added sarcastic remarks and stopped their quarrel. As they resumed their lively conversation, Theo. I couldn't believe it even after seeing it. I couldn't imagine him defeating Ralph. Theo became the topic of conversation. Nick nodded. Right, I've seen him every day at the training ground lately, but I didn't see him this week, so something must have happened. Ishilde nodded as well. In my opinion, he got an incredible trait. If he got that strong in such a short period of time, he must be at least at the master level. The successor of a hero family really is different, huh? I'm envious, jealous. Aisha, do you know anything? I'm the most curious. I want to know too. Andrew wore a baffled expression. Hey, Ishilde, do you think gaining a single trait would instantly make you stronger? Even if you somehow got a trait like Swordmaster, today's performance is just unbelievable. He even didn't fall short in a strength contest. As everyone knows, he was dead last during the dungeon exploration at the end of last semester. By a huge margin. At Andrew's words, everyone fell silent. The display Theo showed today was so different from his past that it made them doubt their eyes. While sipping on her green vegetable juice, Jiangwei pondered deeply. Did he gain multiple traits, including magic nullification, in a short period? Although the probability is extremely low. If not, today's performance can't be explained. Additionally, Jiangwei recalled that Theo's mana stat was 0. Among the thousands of academy students, Theo was the only one with a mana stat of 0. At that level, he could even block high-level demon magic. A monster has been born. Whether the others were talking or not, their words didn't reach Peel's ears. Her mind was filled with thoughts of Theo, who just gives advice and then disappears. Theo's actions and advice had given her a great epiphany. Although she ultimately lost to Nick, it was a defeat she could accept. Rather, it had become a catalyst to ignite her determination even more. After the match, she looked for him in the audience, but he was nowhere to be found. Peel, are you hurt? You were amazing today. I'm counting on you for the practical exam in 2 weeks. Nick's words didn't register in her ears. Peel just gave a perfunctory nod and sank back into her thoughts. He didn't seem injured. Of course, even if she had encountered him after her match, she wouldn't have been able to say anything. Why should she feel bitter on a day she should be happy? She just resented him. Her true feelings burst out in words. Evil jerk. Chapter ends.